It took me a while to realize how, like, much they took advantage of this SNES hardware. Especially for, like, mostly this opening.
Yeah, they're just kind of showing off there. This is 96. It is released 3 months before the N64.
Oh, wow.
So... Uh-oh. What's happening in Spring Breeze? This seems familiar.
Riding in on the Spring Breeze.
I think that's actually, like, a quote from the Japanese manual. Like, you know, in the story section. He writes in on Spring Breeze, and that's why the name was chosen, Spring Breeze.
We're gonna let the demos roll, but only for about a second. What are we doing here?
Fishing for the demos that are, like, the story demos? Like, for these? Because those you can just sit on the title screen of the sub-games. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you don't need to do this, though. Oh, no.
Dynablade cut that mountain in half back there. That's all the plot Dynablade gets, by the way. It's just like, shoot.
This is not how I would have done this, but alright.
Oh, one of the demos is just the Dynablade fight?
Sure. Oh, that minigame. They made a lot of demos for this, Jesus.
Yeah, they had a lot of games, and, like, you know...
Oh, yeah, I guess... I mean, you normally would put them at the beginning of each section, but,
Yeah. Like, you actually do have to, like, idle on that section's title screen.
Yeah.
But...
Hello.
I just love the back of his coat there. That is pretty much peak DDD, how DDD is.
I was gonna say, this is... Whenever I think of the SNES, I think of this game. I feel like this is maybe just, like, to me, just kind of like the SNES game, you know?
Yeah, a great cave offensive for, oops, I tripped. Down in a hole.
I love how we're going through all this effort to see all these, like, story openings, but there's really not a lot to them. It's like, well, Kirby's here, and he's got a thing. He's got shit to do.
I'm surprised the fucking Spring Breeze had the biggest opening.
Yeah, really.
I'm not sure most people would call this peak SNES, but that's just because the SNES was so broad.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a me thing, but...
Yeah. And it is definitely something to, be proud of.
Yeah.
Solar level 288. What the fuck does that mean?
I'm going to rule it because they're lazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much just it.
Too much dreaming, not enough doing. Oh, okay, we're...
I guess Milky Way Wishes doesn't show up. If you haven't unlocked it yet, maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
Hurry, Kirby, or everyone will starve!
Oh, oops.
Then, of course, this famous thing, where,
Oh.
if you say no, it then says, do you know how to use powers? And if you say no, you still get a tutorial on powers. It's just the more abbreviated ones.
I'm pretty sure I've seen people playing this game who have, like, hit no, and then, like, what, did I hit the wrong button? It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's just...
It's that great thing with the purple buttons. They had to rewrite that because it is for the US. He's a jolly fellow, and he I love how cute this is.
Oh
My god, it's so...
I haven't seen this in a long time, jeez. How to jump.
Yay!
Obstacle.
Yeah, it's B, not A. Are you playing with an Xbox controller? Did you think B was A?
Oh no.
So this is the first Kirby game where you can float with B in the air instead of having to push up in the air.
Falling in a pit is not much of a threat in this game, just so you know.
Kirby is a fucking klutz.
It's okay to do it if you know, that's how you're feeling. I just noticed that whenever it gives you control, it, like, shows the wire, like, connecting with a little spark.
Well, it's because it appears for the, like, backdrop they do.
No, because it actually shows it, like, frayed at the top whenever it's not connected.
Yeah, I mean, it does that, but, like, it's also... Huh.
I think it's just an actual signal for whether or not you have control, which is, like, a completely pointless detail, but they thought this out, which is funny because it's only one of two types of tutorials you can get. So, this is a remake of Kirby's Dream Land, kind of.
Yeah, it's a very abbreviated remake, for some reason, but... And yeah, this is a game that's, like, 6 games?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how do you feel about the whole 6 games thing?
It sounds like it would be terrible, but I think the key that holds it together is the game is paced like one long game. Like, as far as difficulty goes and such. And disregarding Gourmet Race,
Right.
it's mostly mixing up what you do in different ways, but not, like, completely. Like, each section kind of has a bit of a gimmick and a different feel, but it's not, like, a completely different game until arguably the very end, and even then it's not over crazy over the top. They did it very well.
That's the thing, is I really like this game, and I would never say that's something that it makes me dislike it in any way, but I do feel like this game would have benefited from just taking all those weird ideas, or like all those ideas, and just putting them into one game that is just like the Dark Matter trilogy. It's like you can have like the map and the treasures and the story, but just have them all at once, and I don't think it would have been worse off for it. It feels like...
Well, I mean, the one thing that does is Milky Way Wishes gimmick needs to be its own thing.
Yeah, but I don't know what I think about that gimmick, but we might get to that.
Yeah. I think part of what consoles me there is that a lot of the things they do are explored in later Kirby titles, so it's not like I'm missing.
Yeah.
They never went there again.
That's true.
And of course, there's so much obvious stuff to plow through in this opening that...
Yeah.
But anyway, the omnibus like format is something Sakurai wanted as a contrast to games getting bigger and more expensive. He wanted a game that basically had the idea that a lot of beginners would just play like Spring Breeze a lot or something.
Right.
It's Super Candy instead of Hyper Candy now. That boss is gone. Goodbye.
Bye. They throw a lot of stuff at you in this one thing.
Sort of, yeah. The original plan was to not have powers during this first game, but they decided against that.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a very good introduction to the game, honestly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to cover in what we've seen while we were talking. I feel like I've said this before, and I still kind of believe this. This game almost teeters on being a beat 'em up because everybody has health, including you, and so attacks do different amounts of damage. And you have like different inputs with your ability, so it's not just like your ability does the one thing and maybe has like a second use. No, like every ability almost has like several different inputs. You also have throws, like that. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of moves have throws, and that's really weird.
The one thing I read is that Sakurai, that's another of the three pillars Sakurai wanted for this game, and he was specifically referencing fighting games.
I believe it, because it works like a fighting game. It's like a forward and attack when you're close.
The biggest thing is that it doesn't use any fighting game inputs that you associate with fighting games. Instead, it's more like what we would call command normals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's almost always like a dashing move and a air move and then an air dashing move and then...
The air
like,
dashing move is weird. It's like, you have to get a running... Like, you have to dash, jump, and then your air move will be different during a running dash, or a dashing jump, rather.
To be honest, I've after playing so many Kirby's games, that's second nature, but...
Yeah, I feel like it's you can kind of underestimate how weird that is to a newcomer, though. Because, like, I played this game a ton as a kid, but, like, I can still see someone, like, seeing that and being like, well, it's a running jump specifically?
It does a good job of, like, giving you the tools you need at the basics, and a lot of the things you do feel, like, fluid and natural things you would want to do.
They generally, the abilities generally all feel really good.
Because, again, this is definitely designed for beginners, so... They want to make sure that just pushing buttons has good results.
Yeah.
While still giving you depth. And well, here, Mount DDD is just a room and then the boss fight.
Yeah.
It's very abbreviated. We skipped an entire stage.
Right, yeah.
We crammed Lololo in the boss of the water level.
Hey, I guess they just kind of merged those together, didn't they?
Yeah.
King DDD.
He got jabbed.
Sometimes I forget. It's easy to remember that I love this game because I made an entire mutant character based off of it. And this is like, I know that the ending for Dreamland is this because it's just in this game.
It's just here. Except someone stepped on the fast forward button.
Oh yeah. They all have their own credit sequences too.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only one that does credits. Except for, the final game.
Yeah.
The others do other sorts of credit-y things.
Yep.
I'm just kind of imagining what those buildings on the distance are.
That's a good question. Oh yeah, so those are the stars, I guess.
Yeah, the sparkling stars. And there's only 4 of them, because there's only 4 of them in this game. And then the sign says next instead of bye-bye.
Because we got more game to play.
Gourmet Race is officially 3rd. It's...
Yeah.
But in the order of the demos and the order in Ultra, but there's nothing stopping you from jumping around here.
I want to quickly point out, so in that little screen there, it shows Kirby, like, kind of flying in 2 halves. So...
Oh, yeah.
In the original, in the Japanese version, there's a symbol that I think is, specific to Japan. It's like just a...
Oh, yeah, the new driver signal, that shield, green and yellow shield.
Yeah. But it's like this little emblem that's, like, split in half in green and yellow.
Yeah.
And so whenever it comes in from both sides, it makes sense, because it's kind of, 2 parts. But now it's just been replaced with Kirby, who's just split in half for some reason.
Well, I mean, it works as a wipe, you know?
It works, but it's just kind of a funny, like, that's funny, that's the reason.
Yeah. This is the weakest of them. It's
Yeah.
kind of got it's an ascended minigame, but, like, it uses the main game physics, so I see why it's here.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like you get 1 point for every food, and then, like, some amount of points for getting the maximum tomato at the end. Or, oh, there's like...
Or being first is like, yeah, there's no max tomato. You just get first, and it's worth like 20 or 30 points, or maybe just 10.
Oh, there was one just there, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's usually a maximum tomato near the end, but like not one.
I forget if you actually have to win the races or not. Like, because I know you're going for points, but...
You don't, but being ahead of DD helps you get the points, and I think the race ends when DDD gets the tape, so it's not like it's farm. This one, they actually give you powers, so...
It's also where I usually associate this music, even though it's, like, basically the deity boss theme.
Yeah. I mean, this is sort of the DDD fight.
Really need these, I guess.
No, this isn't actually the boss theme. This is a different theme, isn't it? Sort of. It is associated with DDD, but it's not his boss theme, you know?
Well, I get confused because it was his boss theme in, Nightmare in Dreamland? Yeah. Which was, I believe, changed, as you mentioned.
Oh yeah, because it was, it was the theme that was remixed into the Fountain of Dreams music.
Yeah,
and that's why it's the boss theme, because it is it takes place at the Fountain of Dreams. Yeah, the wins are worth like 30, I guess, because that's 3 wins and like plus 90. Huzzah!
I used this music in the Sonic Adventure video. I don't know why I love that victory music. Is like, I always wanted to put it somewhere like sarcastic. Oh, we're doing this too. All right.
I guess we're getting these out of the way while we're on the minigame subject here.
Yeah.
Kirby games like their minigames.
Actually, I really wanted to make this like Knuckle Joe's level 3 in Mugen. Was just like you do this minigame and he like punches them through the planet.
Speaking of Knuckle Joe, there he is.
There he is, yeah. This is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. These simple minigames would survive, like, all the way through. Like, 2 even kind of had minigames with the boss fights, and that's, like, the closest they've had to not having these things somewhere. Because one had, one didn't have them, that's right. But Adventure, which I'm kind of just saying is 1, because...
If I'm misremembering, or, like, if you get all perfects, doesn't the entire planet split in half? Or might be...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do anything except the crack goes all the way, but yeah.
Oh, alright. So, this is very similar to the minigame in Adventure.
Yeah.
I think we made a mention of it. Yeah, I didn't actually realize this was based on something. Or... Actually, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
I love DDD's samurai outfit there.
Alright. Jesus!
You did it.
3 frames.
And now back to adventure.
Yeah.
This is the one whose gimmick is just kind of there. The gimmick is, here's a tiny-ass world map.
Yeah. Should we explain copy? No.
I know how to copy.
The fact that this appears at the beginning of the Dynablade one almost makes me believe it's like a leftover of the fact that they had planned Spring Breeze to not have powers.
To some degree, but at the same time, you also don't get this if you choose yes on Spring Breeze, so they want to give you a chance to actually see it, you know?
Oh, does it happen that way? Okay.
Yeah. So, like, if a new player will play Spring Breeze, potentially, if they don't read the manual, as original Kirby game.
Nasty fireballs. Yeah, there's some abilities that don't have a lot of like moves with them. I think stone is just the one thing. Kirby will not wear a cap. He refuses.
Oh, does it explain help? Yep. Explains helpers here.
Wow!
It's just a good thing to say. Yeah, this game has co-op, and it is awesome.
Yeah, this is the thing that is infrequently recurring.
Yeah, well, the thing is, other than the Dreamland trilogy, which was kind of ignoring this, most of their later games are handheld. So they would need link cables and stuff like that. Whereas both of the games that are after this, that are not the Dreamland trilogy, Dark Matter trilogy, they do focus on multiplayer. And this was the third pillar of the game. It was actually a request from Shigeru Miyamoto. He was having problems coming up with a good multiplayer co-op Mario game because he thought it was too fast.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he thought Kirby was slower, and this would be a good fit for it.
It works.
We would eventually get multiplayer co-op Mario, of course. But that was a little more,
Yeah.
enemies.
I could kind of see why he was having trouble with that.
Also, it probably really helped that that happened after the widescreen revolution, because
Oh, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lot harder to go outrun your players when you have more room to expand.
Yeah, this one's got a really nice thing where the helper doesn't get any of the camera focus, and if they go off screen, then they can just warp back to you for free.
Yeah,
They actually don't die from falling into pits.
yeah. They can jump infinitely.
Oh yeah, they have like a limited amount of like infinite jumps. It's like at a certain point they
at a certain point they kind of get tired.
Yeah. I just love that enemy spawns just to fall in the water and die. Yep.
Umbrella throw!
They have a lot of throws. It's weird. Like,
Yeah.
some abilities are more simple than others, but the ones they could, they just like, here's a throw.
That fighting game influence, I guess.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, you have a guard button now.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I kind of forget about that. I think you actually do take chip damage as well.
Yeah.
It's weird how much this has, like, is like a fighting game and a beat 'em up. Like, because, like, there's no, like, downtime for, like, opponents either, usually. Like,
Yeah.
when you're unloading on them, you're just, like, hitting them over and over again.
Yeah. The bosses are very different from some of the bosses we've seen before, where Well, actually, no. I was thinking of the final boss, because like the other final bosses, you fight with like a special ability.
Oh yeah.
But here, you can unload them on them with your ability, and their threat is that if you just try to unload on them mindlessly, you will get hit by all their shit and die horribly.
Yeah, they essentially have armor, but so they'll just go right through it. Also, there's the food sharing thing, which was kind of weird.
I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense. It's just kind of looks weird.
It's a little gross. Well, maybe it's implying he's just giving them the food. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's very hard to tell what exactly they were going for there. And
The sound made me think of kissing. Oh, right. Is this the first appearance of, the chef?
Chef Kawasaki? I think so.
Also, oh, this was Kirby's Final Smash at some point.
Yeah. Then they made it the Ultra abilities from...
Yeah.
Which did make sense, but...
Yeah.
It's funny how this specific section has a goal game.
Yeah.
Because...
See, like, it just kind of feels like they just took, like, all the parts that would make, like, a normal Kirby game and just kind of split them off. It almost feels a little arbitrary, but...
Sometimes, yeah, but I think it does help that your things change a different... Like, it makes things feel different as you move throughout the game.
Yeah.
It mixes it up without... Kind of gets away with mixing it up without actually adding anything, which is a very clever design trick. And it's pretty good.
I'll admit, like, doing the canon thing, I wouldn't want to do it the entire game, but having it be in one section is like, that's fine, sure. Good strategy, by the way.
Umbrella power!
Also, those are Meta Knight's goons. I don't know what they're doing here, but...
Yeah, they're just kind of there.
That room is entirely optional.
Yeah, it's just a trap room. Although, I'm not sure, I think in this game, like, every room you visit is... Or at least the secret rooms count towards your percentage on the file select screen.
Oh.
So I remember missing, like, a secret in, like, some stupid place in Spring Breeze in the first level of this. And that was my 100%.
Oh, wow.
I think the remake does away with that and is just, you know, beat all the things.
Oh yeah, this got a remake on the DS?
Yeah. I have a feeling we're actually going to, like, show, like, some of the new stuff there. Because they actually added enough new stuff to warrant a video on it.
Oh, alright, sure. Because I've actually never played it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's... I'll talk more about it when we get there.
Yeah.
But on its own, it's also a really good... It's just a good remake.
Yeah, it's just, it kind of just takes everything that they were doing with their portable Kirby games and just applies it here. Like the sprite style and stuff. Oh yeah, so, oh, there's his up B.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we see the ninja throw, because that's... It is what it is. And it's like, that's the last thing I would have given Kirby, but I love it.
One thing I note about Kirby auto-scrollers is that they have a tendency to keep scrolling until you get crushed.
Oh, yeah.
So drop it at the end.
Okay, so this is a thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of a neat thing they added.
Because usually the partner character is usually just like an enemy, but like as a playable form. But
yeah.
This is completely unique in that it's something new. And
Well, I mean, they're still wheelies. I mean, that's still what they look like. It just has a seat in a different design, which many of the partners have like a noticeable design. But yeah, you can ride this one, and if you're the second player, you can shoot little stars, which is just sort of a way to do something.
Yeah. Bye, wheelie.
It's just something they thought. It's probably they just were designing the game. They saw partner wheelie. It was like, what if you could ride that? That would be cool, and they put it in the game.
Yeah, no, it's
Also, we
great.
just destroyed the entire castle we were going through.
I want to mention the mechanic on how the partner dies, because I feel like that's another thing that I'm kind of conditioned to be like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. But, like, when you try to imagine someone new to the game, it's kind of hard to explain how that works. So it's like, when they lose all their health, they...
Oh yeah, the random enemy on the map.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just...
And how this mode has no boss fights, except for the final boss. It has mini
yeah.
bosses.
Oh yeah. Huh. It's like, so when your partner dies, they, like, enter a mode in which they start exploding, and they have,
Yeah.
like, they're, like, really fast, but I think they're, like, harder to control.
Yeah.
And if Kirby gives them an ability, or they touch an enemy who has an ability, they'll
That's different from the one you are.
yeah, you'll regain all your health, like you basically were just spawned, but like as that ability. But like you have like a limited amount of time in which you can do that.
Yeah.
You can also initiate it on purpose by mashing the A button, which is normally the button to recall yourself.
Yeah, it's a way to give the partner more control over their destiny.
Yeah. But it's also really where it's like,
yeah,
if you want the partner to, like, if you're the partner and you want to change ability without having to get Kirby involved, you have to basically initiate your own death and then run into an enemy. It's
yeah,
it's an odd
but
thing.
it works.
It works. Like, it's not bad. It's just it's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's one of those ideas that they foresaw a problem and they put in a solution.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning that it's like, yeah, there are so many throws in this game that whenever it came to like give Kirby 4 throws for Smash Brothers, they had plenty to work with.
Yeah. Even disregarding the fact that he had a suplex move in Kirby's Adventure. There's
Yeah.
also power dedicated to throws.
Yeah. So it's like the up throw is ninja, the down throw is suplex. I guess the back throw was also suplex, I think. Yeah, and then I actually don't remember what the fourth throw is. Might again just be suplex, but... Also, yo-yo. I love yo-yo.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, it's just fun to control. Like, you've got a nice projectile, and then some of your command moves are just really neat.
Yeah.
I believe some of Kirby's dash attacks in Smash Brothers were the yo-yo spin.
Yeah, I think so.
And then there was that move, the down-up attack.
Down-up attack, yeah.
It's like the only time they use that command, but
Well, they use that a lot in the modern age.
oh, right,
But
yeah.
here, they this is like pretty much the only time they did a down-up attack.
Yep, that's got a throw. I think you've got, like, iframes during your throw, and the thrown opponent actually can hit enemies, which is, again, why this reminds me of a beat-em-up.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well, I mean, given what Suplex was all about in Adventure, of course throwing up enemies hit things.
yeah, yeah. It's like, that's the thing about Suplex, which I'm sure we'll see it, but it's like, in a boss fight, you have to actually take the opponent's projectiles and then suplex them back at the boss. If you want to keep your ability. It has, like, one attack where it's like a drop kick, but it does, like, no damage.
Yeah. So, if you've been looking at the backgrounds, these are all CG. When Sakurai saw Donkey Kong Country, he really liked it, the computer graphics style, and he basically went to the team and said, "Throw out all the backgrounds. We're making CG stuff. We don't know how to make CG stuff. We're going to learn how to make CG stuff." That's why this game has a then insane 3-year development cycle.
Oh. I didn't know that. I didn't even honestly notice it, but looking at it now, like, yeah, it is definitely some 3D. But it's like,
It's definitely not the same style as Donkey Kong Country, nor should it be.
No, but it's kind of a primitive 3D to the point where I could have believed it was just like 2D style, like it was drawn in 2D and then just like stylized after 3D just to have, you know, like that was just the style, but no, it was actual CG.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That was interesting. Normally you're supposed to be jumping on the enemy, not a ledge.
That was a mistake. So,
Also, this idea, the little platforms that give you abilities, just because that's...
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just want to give the player an ability, and there isn't a good place to put an enemy. Or in the case of Hammer, the only enemy is a sub-boss.
So, yeah, the hammer has, like, the charge hit, which... I don't know if it actually does a lot of damage.
No. It actually doesn't have the charge hit in this one.
Are you sure? No, I'm pretty sure it does. Like, you press, like, up and... It's just like a quick little thing, but it's not like you can move with it.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's very quick. And there's no fiery effect?
There's a little bit of a fiery effect. That's about it. Just because it goes... And then you just swing it. And it hits pretty good, but not, like, good enough to warrant the low range on it.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then my favorite ability, the only one like this in the game, if you press like forward A, I think, you spin around with the hammer like that, and then you throw it, and then that you actually use up your hammer. You no longer have it.
A is the throw command. A is the throw away your ability command.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this area even has two little buttons in the style of Kirby's Adventure that unlock areas on the overworld, which are just, you know, places where a bunch of abilities are stored.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy who can steal your ability. You can't inhale him either. Or you can? I don't know.
It depends on when you get him.
So, I want to talk about the copy, because that's the copy ability, which is kind of weird.
It is completely redundant on Kirby.
Yeah, here it is.
If you give it to your partner, suddenly they're Kirby, sort of.
It's, so, yeah, with Kirby, he just copies, like, he hits something with it, and it copies it, which is only useful on things that you can't normally inhale, which is, like, pretty...
bosses.
Yeah, it's really not gonna happen that often. The thing is, like, once you have it, right? Yeah. Whereas, if the partner has the copy ability, they become Tak. Which is,
the ninja guy.
It's cat spelled backwards because it's a little cat ninja thing. It's still Oh, and also the punk rock Kirby. You can steal an ability with like this attack. It's like you shoot a hand out, and then if you hit,
the same thing they kind of use on you.
Yeah. And if you hit an enemy with it that has an ability, you take that ability. If you press A, you turn back into Tak.
Yeah, you throw the ability and turn back into Tak.
And what I love, and I don't know if a lot of people even know this, or if this is common knowledge, like, if you have Tak, and you fight a boss that has no ability, when you shoot off the hand, it disappears as soon as it hits the enemy. Yeah. It does a little damage, and then you can fire it off immediately after it's gone away. So if you stand right in front of them and mash Y, you just, like, machine gun them to death. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember that being kind of powerful. Also, his block, he just goes intangible.
Oh yeah, some of the blocks are better than others. I think Mirror actually reflects stuff. Yeah.
Tak is somewhat unusual in that his block is Tak specific rather than something Kirby can do as well.
Yeah, there's a few character specific ones. Like the hammer throw thing is definitely Kirby only, because the partner wouldn't be able to get rid of their own ability, because that would be weird. And yeah, like the
Okay, so it is in Superstar. I was just checking that.
Oh, the charge attack?
The up Y, yeah.
Yeah. Having Rocky there as your partner is a little silly. I guess we're sticking with him, alright.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Ominous battle music.
Yeah. I don't remember the AI being, like, terrible or anything, so...
Yeah. It's normal.
Yeah, they do what they're supposed to. Although with
Yeah.
stone, it's a little harder because that's something that requires a little bit of
More thought, yeah.
yeah, a little bit of finesse to it, and
As you can see, the CPU doesn't really do finesse.
they hit him, so hit her. And yeah, now we've gone to you have to take a certain amount of damage before you lose your sword. It actually seems like it's random almost.
Okay, this is the only Kirby game where there is RNG to whether or not you lose your ability or not.
Oh wow.
I assume it's also scaled by how much damage you took as well.
Oh right, like in that attack.
Yeah, if you take a big hit, you have a larger chance, because I feel like that's the case. But yeah, this is the only time where you could just randomly have a run ruined because you just you're powerful and you're underwater and you feel real sad.
Oh yeah.
And of course, this where at the very beginning it looks like he's just pushing them off the cliff. That's how I always read it at first. Okay, it was like, oh, okay. So yeah, Blade just wanted to feed her family.
It doesn't establish what the actual threat was. It's just like Blade's here. Better go fight her.
Blades was like stealing the food or something.
Yeah, it's
and
always
Meta Knight only appears after Blade specifically because Blade appears in Meta Knight.
Oh right, yeah.
And we're actually skipping right towards this one, which is a really weird order, but it is a valid order.
Yeah, sure. I was actually wondering if we're going to get all the treasures.
Think we are.
Because, yeah, with this video length, I'm imagining that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
I mean, we didn't get all the secret rooms, but we did get both buttons.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't use them. So I'm thinking, and I may be wrong about what counts for percent. Ben, it's too long.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, the laser enemies just give you beam, because there's no laser.
Yeah.
So, this is Meta Knight's return, and also the only game where Meta Knight is just straight up evil.
Oh.
Ever.
Yeah, this one is the story-driven one. Like,
and also the one with a timer. Although that's almost never an issue.
Yeah, I usually forget about it, especially because when it
mostly just here's a time bonus at the end of the level.
When it gets close, like I think 100 seconds left or something, it actually slows down. Yeah,
once it gets to 60, like 1 minute, it starts counting in seconds rather than like tenths of a second or hundredths of a second they're doing here. And they like show you this boss and then just blow you away as a little taste.
Yeah.
And yeah, Meta Knight's just like, they're lazy, and that's the explanation.
Excellent. There's some pretty weird abilities in this, like, they become mainstays, but it's like, you know, before it was like, you know, fire, spark, and ice, and now it's yo-yo, plasma, wing, jet. A little silly. I love them, but sometimes the AI, too, can, if you, like, want an ability, the AI is, like, too eager to hit them.
Yeah. Hey, so, Bomb's an actual ability now.
Yeah. Bomb has a throw. Like, Bomb's controls are press Y to hold bomb, press Y again to throw bomb, and it has a throw.
Just has a throw with it.
Yeah. You just put one on their head and then just walk away. It's great. There's a good old Knuckle Joe. It's easy to remember the enemy names in this game because they're just the names of all your partners.
They're right there.
Yeah. I love how they don't have, you know, a swimming animation, because why would they? So they just kind of walk in water. Instead of walking on water, just walk in water. Ow. They didn't really screw around with their auto-scrollers, honestly.
This is, like, marked as, like, 4-star difficulty, maybe? Because they mark each one with a difficulty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one, honestly, was,
a little tricky.
Yeah, it was tricky. It has some rougher points. I do like each one has its own HUD, as far as I remember.
Yeah, that's neat, too. Yeah, that's not the greatest way to use Wing.
Yeah, because the base of the tree cannot actually take damage.
Also, those things don't do a lot of damage anyway.
Yeah.
But, like, the main thing of Wing is doing all the crazy-ass loops.
Right.
It's kind of a hard one to use, especially on a boss like this.
Oh!
Yep! Double Wispy!
Beneath the tree, somehow. To be honest, I never really questioned it when I was younger, and now I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, that's a little weird, but, eh.
I will save you.
Just shoot him with the fucking cannon. I love this. Boom, motherfucker. Dipshit. Where's my favorite Kirby character? Waddle Dee with the spear.
He doesn't technically appear yet, but...
I just remember seeing that somewhere, like... There was apparently one of the most requested characters to Smash Bros. Was, like, Waddle Dee with the spear. It's like, out of all characters? Really?
Yeah, I won't put him that high, but, like, Waddle Dee with the spear is another thing we'll be getting to later. Here's a nuke.
It's really just, like, 3 weaker crashes.
Yeah.
Because Crash is still in this game. I'm not sure when we'll see it, but...
I mean, we saw some of those bombs. You know, the bomb enemies that fall down and, like, blow the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. I love that enemy design, by the way. Just...
Yeah.
It's the bomb that just is in precarious situations, and, if it falls, it's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. Bonkers has always been a little weird because he's 2 tiles high.
Yeah, him and Bugsy.
But Bonkers especially because this isn't a place where you get Bonkers, and then there's a bunch of narrow passageways.
Oh, yeah.
Just immediately.
I honestly kind of forget that Bugsy is also one of those. I think those are the only 2 that are mini-bosses, instead of being the...
Yeah.
Because there's not really... Actually, yeah, there's not an enemy for them.
Yeah. Imagine a little suplex enemy.
Sorry, Bonkers. Is that the fake one?
I think it might be.
There's one of them.
If this one takes you to the correct path, then
Yeah. I forget that was required. I just remember there's one.
Yeah, there's a fake one where that other one must be the fake one then, where it points down and then it just shoots you to the ground and you take damage.
Yeah, it just like fucking explodes.
Oh no, they shot him down. Oh no.
This one's got a lot of like kind of weird, neat touches, like the fire attack in. I think if you have to do the dashing one, he'll like do like this like fireball thing, like kind of like a Sonic jump but on fire. And if you
dashing in the air,
and if you do it close to the ground, he actually rolls across the ground.
Yeah, it's like if you push a button as you hit the ground, maybe? I forget. And there's that little trap where don't land on that, or else you'll be flung into the middle of a bunch of donut blocks.
I'm trying to imagine this game now without the CG. I didn't really...
Yeah, you're seeing the background, like, this is the most CG-heavy part because, of course, it's a bunch of metallic.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey!
I never really thought about it, but yeah, it is... It's starting to stand out to me now that I have that knowledge.
Yeah.
You've ruined Kirby Superstar. Also, if you have two players, Wheelie, like player 2 would actually be controlling the movement, obviously, and then player 1 can just, like, shoot out projectiles.
Yeah. Little baby projectiles.
Yeah.
Not very far.
No, but I think they hurt pretty bad, if I remember correctly.
I think they're just rapid fire.
Yeah. Yeah, they do plasma. That's one of the, it's the controls in that one, but
yeah,
I assume we'll see it later.
One of the biggest memories.
This boss, the one on the left here.
Oh,
I love this
Mr.
guy.
Grab hand. Yeah, sometimes your partner dies and then gets a weird power.
Yeah.
Oh, we still have Ouch as a power.
Alright, yeah. Burning Leo. There's like 6 different suplexes you can do, I think.
Yeah. Nerds.
I love them. Oh yeah, the partner characters usually have their own walk cycle, which is kind of strange. Or some of them do, at least. Like, this guy has when he, like... I don't even know what he's doing.
He's twirling his hair free. Oh my god, you can suplex the big cannonballs.
Yes, you can. I love using suplex against this fight because it's so silly, but it's, like, very rewarding. Not exactly what I would have done, but...
What happened?
Holy cow!
Yeah, so here's the jet enemies. Fun fact, they're basically a rip-off of Konami's Twin Bee. And so they were actually replaced in the remake with Capsule J2. So they wouldn't get sued.
Oh. Oh yeah, they were. Jeez. Surprised we didn't get suplex again. Or whatever we had. Beam.
Sometimes your partner just hangs onto an enemy they've grabbed.
Look, Kirby, what do I do with this? This is another thing I didn't really get to do with the mutant characters. I wanted to put it in reference to Yo-Yo. It's like the down-up attack. I really wanted to do something with that, but I was like, I know it would look stupid, and that's why I want to do it.
Isn't really a good place to fit it in, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, this one where you don't actually go anywhere, you just kind of go, ah! Good.
Poor Bugsy.
There was a space in the beginning of the sentence for no reason. Alright, so, the sword actually shoots out a projectile if you have full health.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this isn't enough, like, Link. I remember this being fairly nasty when I was young. So you've got an auto-scroller boss. Like, you don't have to fight him? In fact, I don't even know if
you don't do any damage until you get to the actual boss fight.
You also have to be careful because, yeah, it starts closing in on you.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to show off the, probably not. Yeah.
There's an ability called Paint that, like, only 2 boss projectiles in the entire game give. And it's one of those screen nuke abilities, but it's so rare because you have no idea that you're supposed to use it to do that.
But yeah, when you use it against those 2 bosses, it actually has an effect. I think it has an effect against the other guy.
I know for sure it has an effect on the other guy. I don't know that it had an effect on this guy.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, it turns him red, and then he also, like, he starts attacking in random directions.
Oh.
They actually have dialogue for it. They, the characters come up and say that they blinded him, and so he ends up, like, attacking just kind of randomly.
That's my favorite line when they blow up the right wing. It's like, he blew up our right wing! Well, we've regained balance. And then I just, like, fucking...
Oh, I love this one. Better be showing off plasma. Oh, this segment.
Well, I mean, there's one point where we're going to be collecting all the abilities, so...
Yeah, that's true. So this segment can be kind of a jerk.
Yeah, it's a bunch of switch-hitting puzzles, which certain abilities make easier, but...
They do give you... Yeah, they give you those abilities, too. Like, Wing A here actually has a pretty fast dash attack.
These weird enemies.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I love that throw. It's like weirdly kind of brutal for just a Kirby throw. It's also like the trickiest one to get because you have to like hit Y as soon as you grab them, I think. I'm not going in there, I guess.
Oh no, are we not getting the hidden tomatoes? We're not getting the hidden tomatoes!
There's great dialogue tied to that. How are we getting this dialogue?
I don't think we are, but for the benefit to the player.
Yeah.
That's a haphazard way to get the laser to hit the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to use the you can't hit the core, you use the lasers to get the core. Because they aim at you and you follow where they aim.
You can also break that cannon if you really feel like it, but
yeah,
you don't really need to.
Just means it doesn't piss you, it stops shooting for the rest of the battle.
The thing I did as a kid all the time was I'd, like, you take damage if you touch that thing, the core, but,
yeah.
you would take the damage and then, like, rush to the other side, And you could just kind of stand in that corner and most things won't hit you.
I just stood on the side or front of it. There's enough room on the
Yeah.
front to not get hit.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I think I just like doing that because it's, like, silly, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's effective, but silly.
Yeah, Meta Knight still does sort of an honor thing here. Not completely, but like...
Hey, it's Ninja. Hey, it's no longer Ninja.
It's Biospark.
And we got Biospark.
Double Ninja.
Do the drop, I dare you.
Yeah, there's this weird bird guy that we only ever see in the intro because he evacuates and everyone else is like, hey, let's... No, we believe in you, Meta Knight. We believe in you.
There it is. That's the Azuna drop. They give Kirby the fucking Azuna drop. Like, fucking Hanzo-ass just slamming the motherfucker, and it's all, like, I imagine there are people who haven't played this game who saw that, like, in Smash, and were just like, that's a weird throw for Kirby. It's like, well, yeah, it sure is. Also, I have to admit, the way the characters are stylized in those dialogue boxes, I sometimes have a trouble figuring out, like, oh, that's actually a character we've seen already.
Yeah, most of the characters are the Meta Knights.
Yeah.
It's very weird because they don't have... They have very weird faces.
Yeah, they do.
They're not... because their design was already set.
The bird...
And then there's that bird guy we only see in that intro movie and never anywhere else because he just leaves. And then, of course, there's the Waddle Dee.
Yeah.
With a sailor hand.
Oh yeah, the ninja had also another weird ability where if you pressed attack right as soon as you took damage, you would turn invisible for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Some weird abilities. And yeah.
This is where he gets a lot more boss-like.
Yeah. It's a bit of a jerk here.
At least you can't block your attacks.
Right, yeah. You can also turn down the sword by just waiting long enough. Oh, Jesus.
Kirby, no! That thing got fucked up.
And then here is...
The escape sequence.
I would also call this a fairly tough sequence, especially when you're younger.
I don't remember having quite that much trouble with it, but you can definitely fuck up and fall in a pit.
Yeah. We'll see, but I don't remember having a terrible amount of time with it, but... Apparently we do,
No,
because...
the time is pretty generous, if I remember right. Time is not an issue unless you're being stupid. Like, he's doing this and he's gonna make it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this is one of the most memorable pieces of music in this game. All of Meta Knight is, like, music that gets referenced a lot.
Yeah.
Just some cool metal-ish stuff, sort of.
So yeah, the credit sequence for this one is just the
roll call.
Kind of. It only shows the ability names and their
The roll call. Yeah.
Partner equivalents, so... Ow.
Oh yeah, this is the first game with a bunch of different stone transformations.
Oh,
Including a super rare Mario statue.
yeah. It's a few rare ones, if I remember correctly. I think this is like a Samus statue.
It sounds right.
And of course the bodybuilder one, which I think we saw in the tutorial.
Yeah, if you do it on a slope, I think it flexes.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It was just like we had to draw a different sprite for it being on a slope, so we might as well do something silly with it. So here's the one.
Treasures to find.
Here's the one I usually kind of speed my way through.
It's fun and exciting.
I'll take your word on it.
Always found all this stuff. I love finding a bunch of different secrets and shit.
I feel like because I've done it once, and I kind of feel like that's enough for me, you know? It's like 100%ing a game. It's like I've done it once. If I want to play Kirby for the sake of just playing Kirby, I don't really want to do all the puzzles. Like, it's neat. I don't mind it, but... But I do suppose we'll be seeing all of them here. I think this music also crops up a fair bit. The kind of, the treasure theme.
Yeah, this kind of has a very neat Indiana Jones vibe to it. The whole setting, in this, especially this story section.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh, a gold coin. So we replaced our useless score meter with a sort of useless gold meter.
Oh, yeah, it's just the total amount of worth of all your items, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a claptrap we just killed, I guess. Oh, there's the whip.
If they jump on you, they just bite your face a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah!
I enjoy puzzling a lot, and this is made for a lot of puzzling, and then also it lets you just go through it if you want to go through it.
Yeah, because you can really just, like,
Yeah.
rush through the... I guess we're coming back, so...
Yeah, there's you go around in one of these treasures.
It's fairly Japanese, stuff in this, too.
There is a few, but they're it's not anything like the hold on.
Bye.
Please tell me we're getting all of them.
Oh, please. It'd be better if we just got like 90% of them. Because that was like 2 of them we just passed, so...
There was a lot in that room, so
Yeah.
we better be going back to it. Are we just leaving? Oh, no, I scrubbed back, and we do go back at some point for some reason. And there's the screwball.
Hey!
There's a lot of references in this set. The remake actually kind of crammed more references in there by just freeing up some space with the other ones.
Ichigo candy.
Yeah, I forgot how Japanese this is. I thought it was a little more like just there's the yen coin and then there's the, you know, the lucky cat and like the basics, but...
Yeah, I remember there being a few things.
Yeah. Because this is the first Kirby game that also introduces minor food pickups.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, like, up until a certain point, they always replaced quite a bit of the minor food pickups with more Americanized versions.
Yeah, yeah. Zebra mask. Because zebras look like Fanto, I guess.
Yeah. This is a very circuitous route.
Yeah. I just checked, this, section of the game is about an hour of this video.
Yeah.
So, roughly...
Well, it is. This is like the biggest part if you're going for all the goodies.
Yeah.
Because there's... I mean, this route is valid, I guess.
I thought there was one up there, so no, it's just that we just passed this one up, I guess. Oh, we're doing... Oh, okay. Apparently we needed 2 players for that one.
Yeah, unless you have, like, a beam ability, the partner will not sit still to stand on the button for you. But of course you can... But since all you need the partner to do is stand still, you just need a second controller.
Yeah.
But you can also, like, if you have beam, hit them through the walls.
There's a few ways. I think you could just do it just, like, wing speed. If you're careful enough, but, you know, it does work, so...
Yeah. And of course, there's the kind of mean part where that middle block, if you just let the treasure chest fall, it will fall on that lava and disappear.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a room. Also, there's save rooms. That room over there with the extra sparkles around the door is a save room.
I wonder how long we're going to be seeing a 2-piece center around.
There isn't really a good way to make him not 2P except destroy him.
Yeah.
Also, I think, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think we do want hammer, which is why we're not just... As you can see, there's a setup here where you can just throw, like, destroy those blocks and the boss will just fall down.
Yeah.
Die off the pit.
Strange video.
Yeah, we don't actually need hammer coming up. You kind of think you do, because that's how mini buses work usually, but...
Oh, that... These guys are jerks. I say that, I think they got scroll off screen, so they're just gone.
Yeah.
Beat up Krem real quick.
This part I remember having some pretty nasty attacks.
Oh, yeah.
They could kidnap your partner straight up by hitting them, even if they're player controlled.
Yep. And if you don't rescue them in time, they're just gone.
Don't think there's that many ends in bandanas, but okay.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Well, let's get a cutting implement and then go back and cut things. No, sir.
Let him take him. He's just standing around, freeloading. Oh yeah, so there's one of those for every season. It's just a heart.
Yeah. It's worth a lot of money. The remake actually combined them into one thing that just was all 4 seasons, so they can make room for more references.
Oh. So here's the sprite rotation boss.
Here's the Mode 7 boss,
Yeah.
which, to be fair, that's 50% of SNES games. Just like how NES games had a lot of background layer bosses.
Yeah, it's true. He's just fatty whale.
What a fatty.
So do the way the HUD works, the enemy's health bar is on the left now.
Don't worry, we have 1,067,690 G.
I could have sworn we missed some more. But...
Yeah. I don't think so. I think, like, the first couple parts were just for, like, some health and shit.
Yeah. Thing is, you can, like, check if you look at the... There's, like, a screen you can get to. It normally shows your ability. Like, just pause. Or is it X?
And,
but either way.
So a dime is worth 10 G, so each G is worth 1 cent.
Ah, okay.
And I believe in Japan it's a 10 yen coin, so, again... Which, 1 yen is roughly 1 cent. Very roughly.
Right.
So we know how much G is worth. And...
So we get like $1,000.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, I guess.
Well, it's 10,000.
Oh, yeah, 10,000. Hey, Falcon Helmet. A reference to my favorite character from Power Stone.
A reference to a character I had no idea existed when I played this game.
Yeah.
There's a Magnetana, I mean ancient gem. We can now use it to unlock the chests of the heart or whatever.
I think there's like one reference I got out of this whole thing as a kid.
Oh yeah, absolute. Well, I think I got more because there are a couple obvious ones.
Of the sea, I just remember one. Like I didn't know Metroid or F-Zero, so.
I mean, well, we'll see.
Yeah. Ah!
Yeah, so the areas kind of get more explory as you go on. Like here, like the first one was pretty linear. This one kind of has 3 paths, and only one path is like goes on, while the other 2. And each area sort of has a different theme. There's no strict level break, but each area has a different theme. There's a boss after each area, and they're separated by those minecart rides.
Yeah.
So there are stages, so to speak.
This music is, I think, closer to the one that gets represented a lot, and it's like in
Well, that's because this is just the Dreamland song. This is just the
right.
1-1. Yeah, it's just a very different take on it, but it is just 1-1 Green Greens from Kirby 1. Which, again, because in this game, starting in this game, it sort of becomes Kirby's own theme as well.
Right. I guess I was saying that because like the stage, the infamously huge stage from
oh. Yeah, the entire Great Cave Offensive.
Yeah, that's just based on this mode.
Yeah. That was the make some 8-player stages.
Yeah.
No, come back!
So if I remember correctly, that is the way forward?
Yeah.
But we went there first because we are not efficient?
Or we want the wheel. One or the two. I'm gonna bet on we're weird. But...
Yeah, no, I think we are just very not efficient. I was gonna say, like, there's that, like, treasure screen that shows you everything. And
yeah.
it shows you, like, in order, so, like, if there's a space,
they
then...
have numbers, yeah.
So you know you
like,
missed one.
Of course, during certain parts, it gets somewhat non-linear, so it's not really great. But at least you can check after you're done with the zone.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
hey.
yeah, that bucket is from Mario and Wario, a Japanese-only puzzle game using the mouse that's kind of like Lemmings, because Wario drops a bucket on Mario's head.
I played that one, like, very briefly.
Yeah. And the bucket has an M on it, but when you drop it on their head upside down, it's a W.
Theming. That's one of those things, like, I saw it in, like, a ROM list, and I'm like, well, what the hell is this? I have to play it now.
Yeah. I did play that too when that brief time that I did early emulation, and I probably had fun with it because I mean it's
Yeah,
a puzzle game.
I remember
Lemmings.
being neat. Yeah,
It's like having one lemming.
right. $100 coin.
Yeah, those exist in America, right?
I never quite got the name of the yo-yo helper.
Yeah. It's Jim?
Yeah, and
It depends on whether you do a hard or soft G.
I love it's just like a cool yo-yo robot or something.
This is also kind of, yeah, this is a very template for a lot of the puzzles they would do in later games. Or even really somewhat in Dreamland as well. I mean, Dreamland 3 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, not the same template, honestly. I mean, I see, like, they didn't use the same elements in 3, but they definitely had the puzzling spirit in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Whereas a lot of the elements that I'm seeing here would be played a lot in the modern games.
Yeah, goddamn Amber Rose.
Also, welcome to the Wacky Wind Room.
Forgot about that. There's just two of them. Hey, fish bones.
Yeah.
I mean, yuck, fish bones.
I'm pretty sure in the remake they actually renamed those the Helix Fossil and the Dome Fossil. At least in the American one.
Is that like...
Those are the two fossils from Pokemon
I was gonna ask,
Red
yeah.
and Blue. Kirby's gonna fuck you up. Wait, I don't have Knuckles. Shit. Unlike Chuckles, I don't knuckle.
Suspend. Yeah, that one you have to grab before it falls in the pit, otherwise you have to restart the entire room.
Yeah, which the door isn't that far. That one, this one, on this one.
I forget if it resets that shortcut or not, like from that switch you just hit.
The switch up. Oh, that one? I mean, it's not much of a shortcut. Like, it just makes water. There's no barrier down there.
I thought there was a
Like-
barrier, but
No. There's just a barrier preventing you from going down, around to left, and up. So that's why you use the yo-yo. To hit that bomb.
Oh, okay.
We're getting fancy.
I do love that the ability icons are usually just like the same thing, but with the partner there instead.
Yeah.
That one in particular is pretty funny. Another kind of Japanese thing is that like bag it's carrying.
Yeah.
It like that's
Well-
like very much like a symbol for like what do you call it? I don't know if it's like thievery in particular, but it's like just like a knapsack, just like
Oh, yeah. Our variation on the bag with the dollar sign on it.
yeah, pretty much. Because I've seen it in like other series.
And then, of course, there's this boss.
I love this boss.
Computer virus, where they just straight up... It's an RPG. Specifically more of the Dragon Warrior type RPG, Dragon Quest Star type RPG, which is a little less popular here, showing off where you look at them and like instead of having your characters facing their characters, you have like you're just first person view and you see the enemies facing you.
Right, yeah. I love the I don't know if it's 8-bit style, but the like computerized version of the music.
Kirby's hurt. And it's also like the dream for all the data miners because it shows you what every HP, everything attack does.
Yeah.
And then there's this.
Fever points. I love that. It's got variations too, so...
Yeah.
These segments seem pretty silly.
They're just kind of a fun thing to mark the transition between one world and another.
Speaking of things in this that remind me of Donkey Kong Country.
And this area, which is completely optional.
Yep.
You can just walk left and you're through, and you don't even have to fight a boss. I mean, if you're going to commit to optional discoveries, how about an optional area? This can make this segment as short or as long as you want it to be.
And this castle's pretty damn big, too. It's like, there's a lot to this one.
Yeah.
I'd actually might argue this may be the biggest segment in the, this, like, what do you call it, mini-game? Game within a game?
Sub-games, I think they're officially called.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and
This room
used for sleep. Sleep ability pedestals. They're the best.
This is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's Mr. Saturn. That's the one I recognized. God, Earthbound. It's like, I don't think we can ever really, like, cover a game like that, but... Maybe arguably the most important game of my childhood? I'm not sure.
Whereas I played 0 RPGs.
Hell, I had, like, yeah, I had...
good game, though.
Yeah. I had that and, like, Secret of Mana, so, like, that was my RPG fill, basically. Admittedly pretty weird.
It's a game that's a standard RPG in gameplay and kind of just elsewhere, and then a game that's an action RPG and not a whole lot like an RPG.
Yeah.
It's a standard RPG plot.
I like the treasure box within a treasure box.
Yeah, it's just sort of the silliness. Oh yeah, this room. Or the you all schools you into just a big skull made out of fire, just to emphasize how fun you are.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't punch into those things, or you'll get a reflection at you. Are we doing? Oh, we're doing magic. Okay. You're supposed to, like, use rock to destroy those blocks down there by stoning down the water there.
Oh, right.
And that's the way out. This kind of has a sense of place, too, because, like, I know you go to the two parapets of the castle that you see outside. Like, this is the right parapet.
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it's called.
This one just feels really big because, like, it has a whole bunch of different rooms, and, like, nearly every one of them has its own treasure. Is it like wind or something, or a current? Oh,
current. Yeah, that's definitely a current in there. You need rock to get there.
Was that it? I thought there were more over there. I love running as Fat Kirby.
Yeah, that block is normally just for getting out once you're done.
You might be able to break those with a hammer, but a lot of things you can break with stone,
Yeah.
you can also break with hammer.
That's true. I mean, there's options.
We're going back now that we have Ninja? Alright.
This is not the way I've ever done it. But it's not necessarily invalid. There isn't a whole lot of, like, cheating or glitching going on.
I was going to mention that Ninja can triangle jump, even though Kirby can fly, so there's not really much of a point.
Yeah, it's just a ninja-y thing for him to do.
That's the way this game is. It's just, sometimes Kirby can do things just because they wanted him to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can cling to the wall and then just throw shit from the wall.
Don't know
That
if,
is a strategy.
I don't know if you can cling or throw anything while you're clinging there, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that might be the later games.
Yeah, because I think you don't really have any... Like, I don't remember there being an animation for it or anything, so... Oh, okay, we needed something
Yeah,
to
this
cut.
is one where you absolutely need to... You know, you need to have your partner have something and you have something. You need to combine the powers of cutting implement and rock or hammer, you know. Ta-da! Ha! Yep. Showing it off.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of reflection whenever I play this game, but I do remember it being possible.
I mean, it's not usually that important to do.
I always
Especially because it's not like you can...
I love that dash attack.
Big boss attacks. Oh, yeah. It's a very smooth attack.
It looks really nice, and it's also, like, weirdly useful because I think you're invincible during it. And yeah, when you use it in the air, the direction is determined by, like, what direction you were moving when you used it. It's,
Yeah.
It's an automatic detail. Oh, hey.
So a lot of thought put into these movesets and how to make them fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Rice.
Yay. And, yeah, Meta Knight Goons again.
Yeah, they aren't really connected with Meta Knight in this game, even though they're connected with Meta Knight in Meta Knight's Revenge. They also just show up a lot.
This variety for the sake of variety.
Yeah.
The dash with that one. Autumn time.
This isn't Kirby's Adventure, but you can lag it sometimes with certain abilities.
Yeah.
Not too bad, though.
Yeah, it was never terrible about it, but it does happen.
I'm shot! I need a medic pack!
Ah. Also just really neat that have, like, the partners have all these animations that Kirby can do as well. It's like there's just a lot of detail put in there.
Please give me this turkey. I am hungry.
Eat this.
I think that's a peach. Just an oddly shaded peach.
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was supposed to be like a meat bun or something. I was like, that's not translated at all.
I am the prettiest star at the ball.
I think that's my thing with this mode, is like some of these are in like neat puzzles, but some of these are just make sure you look in every single corner of the map.
I guess this is what they were getting at when they made this an omnibus. It's like, I really like this mode, and you can just kind of go through it.
Yeah, honestly.
Yo, hit that for me? Okay.
Oh, these things. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. Just... Why not?
The wonkiest elevators.
There's really not a reason for them to be there other than to just be silly, I guess.
Provide a sense of scale.
Yeah. So this is like deep underground.
Yeah. It's underground, the underground castle.
Hey.
Well, yeah, there's an obvious one.
I'm gonna guess I probably recognize that one too. As a kid.
Yeah.
Oh good, we have extra defense for those RPG battles.
Yeah.
It's like a kabuki thing with the way he walks.
Yeah. I have a feeling the hair might have been styled kabuki-like.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh yeah, this fire has the attack where you blow fire and then blow it back towards yourself, and you just become a giant fireball.
Yeah, like you redirect the spray of fire, and if you hit backwards, you kind of it gets closer and closer till you just ignite yourself.
Yeah, this is a weird one where you use the fact that your partner can use their ability underwater.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think there was a different way to do that, but
There might have been. I was thinking that too. Hey, it's a sword.
it's like maybe jet, but you probably can't actually use it underwater either when you're Kirby. And back up.
As I was saying, this particular tower has a very big sense of space.
Yeah.
Because you see it from the outside and the inside. And they wanted to kind of match up, sort of. We're almost to 50,000 air.
Hey. Jeez.
Wait. Did we bypass the boss, or...?
Is there a boss for that?
I think there is.
Oh yeah, the other paint boss, probably, I think.
Oh, apparently we get lost and come back.
Ah. Good old wintertime.
Wintertime in the angry chicken room!
I remember that one kind of stumping me for a while, because I didn't... It's like, it seems obvious now, but that whole... I was like, well, some enemies came out of it, so it's obviously just a piece of the background. It's not actually a door.
And welcome to, you better get good at Jet.
Yeah. Or do this trick. It's, don't know if that one's explained in the, move list.
It is that you can charge it, but not necessarily directly that way. Ah!
Oh yeah, and the enemies can Nizuna drop you too. Again, it's weird that, like, the idea for Jet came about, because like, Kirby can fly, so... It's like, it works, but... apparently fuck that thing, I guess.
Yeah, you need to mark that block so that the thing is connected.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how easy that is to figure out, but... Oh. Kong's
Hello.
Barrel.
This area is loaded with those kind of doors and stars on them, though, and we're leaving right now.
I'm not
Did
on...
we just remember the boss or something?
I don't know how... if we're actually 100%ing this or not, because I feel like we've missed some things.
We have, but then I scrubbed back and he was back in... Scrubbed forward and he was back in the previous area.
Oh, dear.
Well, here's a Christmas tree. Oof! Ow! Oof!
Oh my god. I'm just looking at the, little preview thing, yeah.
So now we know why this mode takes an hour.
Yeah, in about 12 minutes we come back to the Clouds room. This is... Where do you find these things? Oh, this one's still long.
Hey, usually I find good things. I usually try to... It's just, I can't really... It's not easy to scrub through this video and see, oh wow, he's going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards.
You know, I honestly assumed this would take about an hour. I didn't realize it probably would be a lot shorter if you did it efficiently.
Yeah, it's not that bad to...
Yeah.
...percent run of this.
There's, like, not really any demanding puzzles, like some of the more bullshit ones we saw in Dreamland 2.
I'd say there are a few demanding puzzles. None of them are bullshit.
That's fair, yeah.
The closest is that jet, and that's just because jet isn't explained that well.
Yeah, yeah.
You keep flying, man.
I'm trying to figure out, like, was this edited, or did this person just, like, spontaneously realize he had skipped over something and just immediately knew where it was? Here he is. Jesus!
Bomberman! Bomberman!
See, I think that guy also has a projectile that gives you paint.
Yeah.
And if you hit him with it,
He changes color.
he actually is,
Yeah,
like, a random
go
color
invisible.
when you fight him, too, like, every
Yeah.
time.
He can go invisible sometimes. It's kind of random whether he does or not, and paint will stop that.
You... Kind of sad we won't see the one for Lobster Mech, because it's actually kind of funny. It just starts attacking and going... Yeah, yeah.
Hey, we got a model ship.
Hey. Ah!
Yeah, you just get spit up above. Oh, in this room, that's right. It's just kind of a room where you fall.
Yep, there's,
And then
like,
you end up in the middle of this.
there's pits down there, I think, so... Hey, I forgot this level has, some light gimmicks in it. Or rather, this entire game had any.
Yeah. It's only in the deep into the optional area, so...
Yeah.
That is, of course, something you should light up and see, but
Yeah.
we know where it is. Yeah, don't keep falling there.
It's weird that the mini-boss is in, like, kind of a hard... You know, it's just a complete optional area.
The boss, yeah, the boss. The whole area is optional, so why not the boss? But I mean, I think the straightforward path through this area, like if you go in the tower and you keep climbing, that takes you to there.
I also remember, like, I forget which one it is. It might be the last one. But one of them, like, the reason you know most of the boss names is because it actually shows their name on the health bars in that mode.
Yeah, I think it's the arena.
Yeah.
Welcome to the scariest part of any level in this game: rooms full of fire blocks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bye.
You go into a full recoil.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
think
your ability will fucking die if they touch them.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think yeah, it just instantly disappears if you touch that, and the damage is significant enough that you probably will lose your ability there too. Hey, we're back.
Hey, did I forget something?
I like how apparently we remembered to do that in the middle of doing something else. So now we have to go back to that. Eventually.
You're drunk, Kirby.
You know, of all things, I don't think we've seen ice yet.
Yeah, no. Or plasma.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Oh, we did the ninja dodge, though.
Oh, yeah, they'll just, like, cut those things, too. Which might screw you over in some points, I forget.
That previous puzzle, it could. Potentially. Yeah, you can... Well, and you can stay on the wall. I don't know if you can shoot on the wall, but... He's clearly staying on the wall there.
Yeah, yeah. You can stay on it. I just don't think there's any attack on it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they just imported the fucking Donkey Kong barrels into the Kirby series.
Yeah? They kind of stuck around in a weird way. At the very least, I know
Yeah.
Kirby 64 has its own variation of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it has a... Oh, no, and Dreamland 3 has it, too, yeah. And then
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
actual barrels do stick around.
Hello, I'm Bugsy. Suplex the little ladybug. Nice.
A raccoon doll.
I hope they're gonna make replace that with something like Tom Nook. It's worth a lot of bells, and Kirby's like, well, this is useless to me.
I never really thought about it before, but like, Fighter has the thing where you have like shorts presses and long presses.
Oh, yeah.
And like, given now that I know Sakurai was a big fan of Fatal Fury with the 4-button inputs, whereas I always grew up on Capcom with the 6-button inputs, that starts to make a lot more sense.
Yeah? That's more or less how they handled Ryu's moves in Smash Bros. 2.
Yeah.
It's like mentally mad trying to place all the different moves and from Smash Bros. For Kirby. So you get like the fighter jabs.
No, that's the star that takes you back. There was a chest there. Oh, fuck, no. Fucking no.
We got some time. So, the dash attack is like the fireball, the fighter jabs.
One of the dash attacks.
Yeah, no, he
He gets a lot of attacks.
that's a little awkward, but he managed it.
You have a downward attack, a downward stab attack with this thing, so...
Yeah, but it like mostly attacks in front of you, so I'm surprised it was actually able to hit that thing.
I think if you're in like a small pit like that, it'll stop you from moving forward, but not stop your attack. But yeah, this room is littered with a bunch of like stars that are clearly blocking off locations, and you can kind of get through to it.
It's
Oh yeah, it's Plasma Wisp. You can just fly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just have like free control.
Yeah.
Like free
So
movement.
Plasma, every time you press a directional button, you gain charge.
Yeah.
So you just wiggle this thing like a doofus. And it is definitely one of the strongest abilities in the game, and they nerfed it quite a bit in the remake.
Yeah, so like the bigger charge you have, like there's like 6 different projectiles you can fire.
There's like
out.
little jabs, and then there's like the arrow, and then the little beam, and then at full rank you have the whole glow around you. Like what the computer has there, which actually the glow actually hits enemies, though you lose a bit of charge when doing so.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think you just lose charge over time as well, like if you don't hit the buttons enough.
I don't think you do, but I'm not sure.
I think you do. Like, it's pretty hard to do, considering, you know,
Yeah.
it's any direction.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you press directions.
I'm still really proud of putting a reference to that in the Knuckle Joe character, where he's just, like, running back and forth, because that's what you do. Like, if you're trying to charge it real quickly, like you're fighting a boss, you're hitting the button so much that Kirby just ends up running back and forth.
Yeah. You just spam in the D-pad.
Yeah. Oh, hey, the tire. Abigail.
Maximum treasures is, of course, 999999990.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the spike section.
Welcome to the don't fucking move.
That's gotta be a reference.
Yeah.
I have no idea what.
It's a
Could be
reference.
Fire Emblem, all I know.
It could be. I forget that series has been around for a while.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the only series with dragons in it that I can think of. And they don't even do dragons that often. That one's kind of mean.
I forgot about that, jeez. Stop jumping around.
So let's go get the thing we forgot to get because we're stupid. Wheelie is always kind of... How hard it is to use in bosses depends on how much they like to stay near the sides.
Yeah.
When you turn around, you don't have iframes.
That's also, yeah, bonking into the walls, like, stops you, pretty much.
Yeah. The big box of death.
Here's our zoo. Monster Zoo.
Okay, come on. We can do it this time. Wait, do we need a different ability? Are we bad? No, I mean, we could...
Yeah, I think we could probably exploit this. There we go.
There we go.
Was that spelled correctly?
I don't know. I forget whether that's an actual gem or just a fantasy gem, too, so...
trying to think if there are any other abilities that could have been used there.
I mean, any... Oh, well.
It's pretty far away, is the thing.
Yeah. But I mean, you might have also been trying to hit the button on the other side, and that's the intended way in.
Oh, right.
Okay, welcome to this room, where the don't fall on the bouncy pads room.
You also, you can't do, like, the drop down through the platform thing in front of a spring, otherwise you end up on the spring somehow. It's kind of annoying. And...
Da 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 da. Well, we finally finished this randomizer. Let's go.
We are in go
Every
mode.
game randomizer.
That's what they need. You know, they have, like, Link to the Past combined with Super Metroid. You need to hide a bunch of items inside of Great Cave Offensive. So this is a boss.
This is Hans.
This is Master Hand, but made of rocks.
A big temple guardian.
Maybe kind of poor imagery. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But
They made him more rock-like and less colorful in the remake. So...
that was a good decision, I think. I'm ready, Kirby. Oh, he's become Trolley Kirby now.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure whether it was completely added in the remake or if it's something that was changed in translation in this game, but there is the Falchion, which is Marth's sword.
Ah.
I think it might have been just that sword we picked up. I thought it wasn't changed because Falchion is just the name of a type of weapon.
Right.
But yeah, Marth's sword is maybe referenced in this game, definitely referenced in the remake. And then you just summed up at the beginning, and hey, time to go home.
Oh, I thought there was another section, and I realized, oh wait, no, we have all the treasure, so... And, well... Alright, the just keeps changing, or like, repositioning that image.
Yeah.
For some reason. Springtime apparently is really expensive. I guess abstract concepts are kind of like that.
They're magical.
Need to make that an emoticon at some point. I guess these all, like... There's one way to make your credit sequences interesting if you have to repeat them. It's just do something different.
Yeah.
As in something that isn't actually credits. I just love the really cheap ones.
Yeah. Found a box in a box.
I'm just not really sure why we found a Mr. Saturn and we're like, alright, that's worth a lot of money. It's like, it's a living thing, Kirby. It's not how that works.
shiny bamboo.
Yeah, so it's like red or whatever.
Real life animals had shiny variants. Well, we got them all somehow.
Despite some very questionable pathing.
I'm fucking rich.
We made Kirby a 1%er. So regardless of how many treasures you actually get, as long as you complete that mode, by getting to the end of it, you get Milky Way wishes.
Well, as long as you complete all 5 modes before
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Kirby.
It's Kirby. Oh yeah, this is the one intro that we didn't get.
Yeah.
So
It's the only other re-intro that has plot.
So Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright are not friends anymore.
Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, could you go do something about this?
There's a big comet.
That's a comet.
Pictured a comet. This is also Kirby's first instance of planet hopping.
Oh yeah.
Although it's not too different. I thought it was going. I thought the Dreamland 2 was planet hopping, but it's just the Rainbow Islands or whatever. Oh no, Kirby!
Ah! Forever. Yeah, the X button does a few different things depending on the mode. It's like that's like the treasure screen in the Great Cave Offensive, and here it's the quick select for your abilities. Bye, Hammer. So this gimmick is interesting, but it also is this thing where, like, they can't really do puzzles where you have to, like, you know, find abilities from certain enemies. It's like, once you've got it, you've got it. But
This is one of the most memorable levels.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll say, like,
It works for a change.
yeah, I think the puzzle elements for finding the abilities is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So, first time seeing ice somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just ice. It's taken over freeze as well because that was stupid.
Yeah. I just love he slides as his dash.
Oh yeah.
That's also the one with the unique guard animation because he, like, I think hides in a block of ice, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of an ice guard rock thing. A lot of random palette swaps of enemies in this mode.
Yeah. I forget that enemy's just chilly. I keep wanting to call him Mr. Frosty because he's a snowman, but... well,
That's the larger one.
yeah, that's the big dude.
can, of course, do these in any order, and sometimes you kind of have to use abilities from one area to get abilities in another.
I also remember this mode being, like, a little harder, like some of the level design is a little trickier.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is endgame levels.
Yeah.
As I said, the game is difficulty flows as one continuous game.
Yeah, because this is technically after Meta Knight's Revenge. Oh yeah, the uppercut.
Yeah, so for these refights, reused bosses for all these, the remake actually gives them alternate palettes. Those guys got destroyed.
Yeah.
And apparently all these other planets have their own little dream fountain or whatever.
Sure. It's weird, like, they have this, kind of linear effect for when you start clearing them to point to the next one. But you could do them in any order, so it doesn't really matter. Look at that guy just walking on water. Oh, yeah. I want to be fighter, though.
I want to become high and kill.
I have to know why Ryu fights.
I hope that's a one-up, because we came here without the fire, and given what we did in Milk, fucking Explorer Land.
I think that's optional. Don't quote me on that, but... These were like bubble areas inside the water that you can move freely. Did a lot of like weird abstract water sections, huh?
This is the water level, so they just got really abstract with it. Each of the planets has a definite theme. Drill. Well, you're not getting that, I guess.
Sorry, dummy.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, sword. Yeah.
No good. That animation when you swallow an enemy that doesn't have a power, and you can the icon that's no good, and it's just Kirby opening up a big party ball. The ball has no good written on a piece of paper, and you're just like, oh.
This game still has mix in it, right?
Yes, it does.
So, I'm not gonna see
I
it.
think only Dreamland 2 and maybe Dreamland 3 don't have mix.
Yeah, I don't think Dreamland 3 does.
Yeah. Oh, 64 doesn't either, but then again, it does something a lot different with inhaling two abilities at once.
So yeah, that trilogy, which is, yeah, it wouldn't work, in that trilogy, just based on how they, do ability stuff. Like, a lot of the puzzles kind of revolve around it. Yeah, so this room is a maze, guided by, currents, and...
Not the greatest idea they came up with.
No, not great. It's alright when you kind of, like, have it memorized, but, It's like saying it's alright for a Mario Maker level to have death doors in it because once you played it, you know where the right one is.
At least they're not death doors. That's...
Yeah. They're just tedium.
Yeah, like, Fatty Whale is, like, red.
Oh. Oh, wow, that was a glitch?
No. That was, the rocks are rocks. They give you rock power, so you can get...
I'm pretty sure his sprite was glitched up.
Oh.
And, like, it didn't know what to do there.
Well, there's a lot going on, so,
Yeah.
It's hard, it was hard to tell what's going on there. I do think the enemies may have more health in this story fights. Not sure, though.
Not believe it.
Floop.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get fire on this planet.
This planet is the worst. Look at all these fire blocks.
Yeah. This will protect me. If I remember correctly, I think you can still swallow the sleep enemies and get their ability. Like, I think the unique ones, I think you can still get, but it's pretty, like, rare.
Yeah, I don't know, I never tried.
Yeah, it's not like you'd want to, but I think you could still get it if you're crazy.
Welcome to the wacky minecart room.
Yeah. Why have we held on to this power for so long?
'Cause we're invincible.
No, I mean, like, why have we held on to invincibility for so long?
Does invincibility not tick while we're inside,
It has to be.
parts?
Yeah. I would say, it seemed like we weren't gonna get rid of it. So that thing is terrifying.
Scarfy's always been terrible.
Yeah. Time for fire.
Yep, this is the fire boss. He's gonna give us fire.
I mean, the other suplex guy gave us sword, so... I'm still holding out hope.
But we're out of suplex, guys.
No. I'm gonna suplex that cannon.
Later, loser.
The wrong food was queued up.
Yeah, sharing food can be kind of like that sometimes. I went for the big plays, but did not work.
Alright, if I cool it down with ice, should be okay. I just
Yeah,
pictured...
the partners are really bad at this level. He just grabbed onto us and fucking... Because when your partner can grab onto you when you're flying, and it makes you have a lot of weight to yourself. So you just kind of fucked us there.
I forgot about that, because it's not, like, helpful. because the partners can fly, so... Picturing, like, a task doing that room with, like, the jet power. Just narrowly escaping all the fire. Oh, there's a projectile.
And there's invisible.
And it's gone.
Spoilers, that guy already has a palette change every time you see him.
Yeah.
I always thought that mechanical planet looked like some French fries.
So I was distracted by the fact that I'm pretty sure we didn't get fire.
I think fire is in there. I think we skipped it because we're dumb.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I had a feeling we had passed it up, and yep.
Wait, do we have a fire source? Because I know you need a fire source in this level.
Well, this level has a jet in it, I'm pretty sure, so... Yep.
Oh, yeah, up here.
There he is.
Oh, yeah, Jet has a grab, too.
Yeah, it does. It also has a modified flying ability, like, instead of Kirby's standard, like,
Yeah.
puff-up thing, it's the, we use the jet.
Yeah, so you can continue doing aerial shit. Like all the jetting in the air that you want to do.
Yeah.
Jet is so you can go fast in the air.
It's also got this thing where, like, if you charge up the thing, like we saw before,
Yeah.
but you use the double jump, you get, like, a rocket boost upwards.
Yeah. And, like, if it's either here or later on, like, you charge it fully, and then, like, as you move forward, you can also push the button again, and you shoot out these big balls.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Of energy. Yeah. Hey, you know what's fun? Door mazes.
Yeah. This one's pretty obvious when you find the right one, because it's got, like, all this food around it, and it's on a little pedestal. As in, it's obvious once you already know that there's a very unique-looking door for it. Fortunately, the exit is also fairly obvious, because...
Like, even if you bumble your way through, it's not too big. So.
Yeah.
And the exit always has, that's the extra sparkles, see?
Oh.
That's an exit door.
Oh, yeah, you can't kill the boss with that. Oh yeah, the flying with wing actually does damage.
Yeah.
Not much damage, but
It's mostly just to, you know, have a hitbox in the air so you can fly around enemies fairly easy. I didn't know I had...
There's just a lot of weird details in this game. Some great ones and some kind of silly ones.
I'll damage race you yet.
That one guy, he could just beat me up all he wants, I guess.
Welcome to Hungry Hank's big maze of mini bosses and towers.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, they hide their powers in various different ways in between each level, and this one is just This room's really fucking big, and it's got a lot of different mini-bosses in different sections.
Yeah.
Although they're apparently not very strong, so... He just pushed him into it.
Yeah. Ow!
Ow! Right, yeah, but your partner also doesn't really have to obey the laws of,
Yeah.
There's also the super secret level, which I mean, you can visit at any time, of course, but, we're apparently saving it.
Hopefully we find it.
I hope so.
I mean, on the one hand, this is kind of... On the other hand, we did eventually get 100% on...
I don't know. This is a weird video. I love this track.
There it is. So, one thing you could do is throw infinite hammers.
Yep. Real quickly, that attack does a ton of damage.
Oh yeah, it does. For good reason.
Yeah.
Hammer is also a very damaging attack in general.
Yeah.
Later,
Fuck
loser.
that guy.
Yeah, the hammer flip isn't very useful in this game. Like, the upwards hammer flip, it doesn't do a whole lot. I'm a bomb!
I'm saying we're not going to see the bomb throw.
Oh, yeah.
You just drop it on their head, and that's it.
They've been got.
Yeah, like you're just kind of free to walk away as they're just standing there with a bomb in their head, like,
You know, this part is, like, a lot harder, and it's got the cool gimmick, and it distracts you from the fact that this is a lot of reused assets all over the place.
Yeah, it is.
But you only had so much cart space.
Although it has... The one, like, real unique thing about it is, like, easily the most memorable part of this game, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's just like, it feels a lot harder, you know?
Alright, so we mentioned this thing before, it's back.
Hello, I'm back.
I like the little eyes that follow you. It's always a neat little trick.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like this boss a lot more if it didn't look the way it does. Because it's a pretty neat fight.
Well, guess now it can look different. Oh yeah, an umbrella versus that is always...
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of little neat tricks you can do to simplify certain bosses. Yeah, they've got little planet names.
Yep. You hit the spout water bomb block. How could you?
So they really didn't have to do anything with the HUD, but, you know, they gave each one its own unique HUD.
Yeah.
With unique info.
Not bothering to make the partner invincible, just fuck him.
Here, you get some food, though. Would have used Jet, but hey.
This works too.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder what we're getting.
Never said you don't have options in this game.
Whee!
Oh yeah, that one. The throw for that one's kind of weird because it just kind of tosses them into the air and you press the button again to do like a big loop attack.
Yeah.
But if you don't know to do that, then you just kind of like toss them up like uselessly. It's like, Wing is kind of weird because its most useful attacks, or like its strongest attacks, are ones where you like fly into enemies. So it could be kind of tricky to use and not take damage.
Yeah, you gotta be able to go through enemies. Especially if you're gonna use it against bosses. Not just spam the fucking...
Yeah, because the wing
Wing
projectile doesn't do a lot of... What? That's a lot more than I'm used to seeing. That looks like a turbo controller.
Some people cash. Also, it might be a thing where...
That's a turbo controller. I'm a masher. That's a turbo controller.
Have a pizza.
As far as I know,
Whatever that was.
these are all optional fights.
Yeah, like...
The ones that don't
You have to
actually...
find the right one, and then there's also one that gives you an ability or something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was never clear on that. It's like, is that like pie? I was half expecting us to go in through that. There it is. That's what it looks like. Dash dancing existed before Smash Ultimate. The thing about the pain attack on this guy is that he does that projectile like so rarely.
Yeah.
Because he's got like I think 3 different attacks he does there.
Yeah.
It's like the blob, the little mech, and then the fireball attack. There it is. Goodbye, paint blob.
I love the helper dances, which are just kind of just hopping around.
Yeah.
Where could
Hey.
we be? It's a slightly green place.
This place looks like Funkatron.
Wonder what could be here.
A bunch of assholes, apparently. It's a whole planet of thieves. And bombs. That guy just is there just to explode immediately.
So, you can't inhale things, but you can copy them with copy.
Yeah, they put that one in kind of a secret spot because,
Yeah. There's a green star in there. You can see that it's different, but it's not obvious at all.
Nah. I'm pretty sure I found that at random. Like just hitting buttons or something, because that was like the last one I found for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think the way the HUD is thing, I didn't even know I was missing something until at a certain point.
Yeah, it's actually not all that clear based on how it's set up.
Because, like, there's sort of a spot for it. Yeah, this is the part where I was like, why didn't we do this part?
Yeah, that's right.
Which is kind of mean, because now these are pass-through. I mean, you can see the door at least and try things.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave, right?
I hope so.
We're not gonna do the whole level again.
I hope so.
We're gonna do the whole level again.
We're on an adventure.
This is Kirby's Adventure.
Yeah, the partners are really bad about actually getting in the damn truck with you and not dying horribly.
That guy really wants to die. He just like ran backwards like, alright Kirby, I'm gonna go jump in lava, I'll talk to you later. I like how we just, we grabbed a few of those health things, but not the one that full healed us.
That would be too easy.
Forgot about that, apparently.
Yeah, that's what happens to you if you're unprepared. Look, your power's gone. The floor is lava, the walls are lava, the ceiling is lava.
Have a life, though.
Ta-da!
Were you threatening the Scarfy? Say, look, motherfucker, if you come near me, I'm fire. I should point out that those things aren't all automatic. Some of them you have to actually aim, and it can be pretty easy to mess that up.
Again, be blasted straight into a wall. Oh my god, I didn't realize the bosses were still here.
Oh yeah, because...
Why would you ever go over here? I mean, there's a start select you can use.
Yep.
That would be... Maybe you don't know about it because you're weird. Why are we fighting with jabs?
Because we're fucking strange. We are just doofy as shit.
So with that out of the way,
Oh, this intro.
doink, doink.
Boing? Oh yeah, you can like, what do you call it? Like footstool off your partner to get like a huge jump off of them.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Haha, they have planned for you flying through the entire level.
could have sworn there was an ability down there as well, but, I've been wrong before, so... I forgot how
This
dumb...
part is new though. These stars.
Yeah. I forgot how doofy the, enemy AI actually, or the partner AI is. It's not quite as, useful as I remember.
Yeah.
I love we just eat flowers for health, too.
I thought it was like cookie.
I don't know.
So like, there's one of the cook. Yeah, that's a cookie, I think.
Ah,
What do you think? Because like, that's one of the Japanese shapes of cookies, which I know because I played a lot of Yoshi's Cookie.
oh, fair enough. I just always saw it as a flower.
Like that checkerboard cookie they always have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Look out!
What? Why? What?
We not have a position to land because we're being.
I've never seen that. I've never seen you can become beamed by touching the chef.
Yeah, I'm not sure when there.
Huh.
Magic happened. Hey, we did just inhale cook and get cooked.
Yeah, yeah. I think the one-shot abilities, like I was saying, is like.
Yeah. Well, we got one of them.
Now they're back, so that works out. Are you sure you don't want to show off the sleep ability?
Wrong weirdness. Nope, splits.
Yeah, the footstool can be kind of a pain in the ass, actually. It's been like mostly on point, and then there's this sections where it's just like we're running through and mashing buttons as quickly as possible. Here it is.
Yeah, this one's noticeably different because you start on the previous hardest boss.
Oh, I think they're trying to use my tactic. But the partner isn't playing ball. Ow! Yeah, it has readouts for every, partner as well.
Oh yeah, if you don't make any hits during it, it just says Kirby takes a breather.
Oh yeah. Nice shot.
Aiming for the partner, and then it died.
It's a dragon.
Fire dragon.
It is. It's fire dragon. And
Wow, the amount of damage we're doing just keeps getting lower and lower.
yeah.
And it's not. Well, yeah, sometimes he'll do like the retreat where he defends, and then you do a lot less damage.
All right.
But that before we were doing less damage as well. Yeah, that attack's nasty because you take a lot of chip damage even if you block it. So now we're doing 25. How do we keep getting worse? There we go. There we go. 44. There we go.
I mean, personally, I think I would go with Plasma because you'd have all this downtime to charge up.
Yeah.
I'm maybe just thinking of Gunster heroes, but I think also having the AI out may make it like where you do less damage.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay. Exam score points. There he is. We have the 7 Chaos Emeralds, so now we get to make a wish to Shinron.
Sounds good. Later, loser. You stole her wish!
What a dick. Also, don't really know how that wish translates to this, but, you know,
It's weird how that sentence is like, so, I guess it's supposed to be like sarcastic or something. 'Cause it otherwise looks like they just loaded the wrong tile there. Don't worry. It's time for our first jump. Well, I guess maybe that the Kabula fight was our first jump, but yeah, we're gonna shoot him up.
Gonna watch this for a little bit, and then we're gonna shoot him up. So, yeah. The end of, this section gets pretty different.
The three-way is kind of a good mechanic because if you could get all three of those hits by being up in their face, you do a lot more damage.
Yeah.
So when you get to, like, you know, not just random kid, there's a reward for getting up close and not just spamming the button. Just like, yeah, let's be Gradius for a bit.
Yeah. You take damage, yep, for any of the walls. So here's an actual boss fight.
Yep.
It's just kind of funny that this is one of the bosses in the game because Spoilers, there is a boss rush.
Kirby game with a boss rush? No.
I guess it is.
I think they've all had boss rushes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, Kirby 1 didn't have a boss rush except for the part where it had a boss rush, as in,
Oh,
in the
yeah.
actual game itself.
Yeah. That one is an ass. Like, avoiding that without actually taking damage is, pretty hard. Also, Nova's the cat. I guess. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. It's a comet.
Nova is wacky as shit.
Yeah, it is. So this is a thing that people really like.
Remember Nightmare?
This is,
This is what we do with it now.
it's one of those things, I just remember hearing so many people talk about how, like, cool this fight is. And then it just, like, I think it's just in Ultimate, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, you could just fight this fight is just in Ultimate.
Did you,
It's really good boss music and shit.
Yeah, no, this is a great fight. It's kind of a shame we didn't see a lot of it. I just love the black hole attack that it has.
Oh yeah.
And it's just...
It just opens up, splits in half and opens up, and there's just a black hole, and you have to avoid getting sucked in.
I don't even know how to describe, like, what happens if you get, like, pulled in by that attack. You just get transported to, like, the chaos dimension for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So here's the, proper credits.
Yeah. With Kirby's.
Oh, yeah. That's, Sakurai himself up there. So I guess whenever you see, like, other Kirby-looking entities, like in the audience and stuff, those are just developers.
Yeah, sure. CG designer. I
did not realize just that is this game's
doesn't
aesthetic.
look, yeah, it doesn't look as much like it would, but it does.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's still depicting this sort of unreal Kirby-esque world.
Yeah.
Special thanks for sitting on your ass.
I mean, this is... I guess it's, like, kind of the ending, except there's more to do.
Yeah, but it's just a boss. It's sort of an optional. The boss rush is, like in other games, it's something that appears after the ending.
Yeah.
On your file.
It's just, as far as I know,
you proper ending of like the story, such as it is.
Yeah.
Is the story mode.
I just remember that. I'm pretty sure you have to beat it in order to get 100%.
Yeah, you do. It is referenced on the beginning, like as in. The stars of the different levels you've beaten are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but the arena is just EX. It's a little star that says EX on it.
Oh yeah. I think it's always kind of been the ultimate thing for me because it is honestly like pretty challenging.
Yeah, Kirby boss fights are the more challenging parts of the things, and they're also one of the best designed ones.
Yeah, it's actually got like a mechanic to it, which is
it's gotten mechanics to this, unlike the earlier ones, which were like a lot harder because they just dumped you in with no power and you had to run through all the bosses on one life bar.
Yeah.
So it felt less achievable.
And we'll see that after we're done
Scrolling.
staring at the stars.
Kirby of the Stars.
So, well, I mean, we'll see. If there's something that might be familiar to some people in this mode. There's also... Alright, yeah, you get to start off with just any ability you want.
Yep.
Aside from, you know, like the one-use ones. And apparently we love Wing, which is not my go-to, but... The order is completely random. Aside from, I think, the final
except for, Marks is always last. And there are also non-boss entities, such as these mini-boss rushes that you fight in this little arena.
Yeah. Kind of an unusual one to get first, but it actually kind of works out. And we've taken this much damage on kind of a chump boss, so... So yeah, you have these health power-ups. We're going to use one immediately because... Jesus.
Be bad. And we're just going to switch powers at these random power things. Instead of having a plan going in.
So yeah, you fight the bosses in a random order with random power-ups given to you. And you have a certain amount of health pickups you can use throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
And they're fairly challenging bosses for the most part, so...
Yeah.
It's a pretty great mode, I'd say. Also, I love this music.
Yeah.
It's actually my favorite track from the game. I do like it, there's a little icon for each boss that shows, you know, who's coming up.
Well, we got the power now, so, Of course, as a kid, Stone Cheese was always my plan.
Ah.
Be invincible for most of the time.
Wham Bam Rock. I remember that name. The enemy icon is cut off? Is that because we have a co-op partner, I guess?
I think so, yeah.
Because it doesn't look like it's cut off in the video.
Yeah, because, I mean, this is 4.3, and it's not like we had anything else that was cut off.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Given that it just says enemy.
Yeah.
The whole time.
I just forgot that it did that whenever you had a partner, because it was...
I like how these guys got a second chance at being in a Kirby game.
Yeah.
Because they're like a boss in, like, Kirby's Avalanche 2, but they're not really part of the series ever again.
Forget this dude's name.
Camelio Arm.
Ah.
Actually kind of looks like a G with that.
Yeah, I was wondering. I kind of like some of that dude's attacks.
Yeah.
Although I think this one retains his normal boss music. Yep. There's a few of them that do that.
Yeah. DDD is easy because, look, he has hit stun.
Yeah, you could just stun lock him, and apparently that was... okay.
Which I guess he reacted to hits in the first game, but since you didn't have powers, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't as abusable as this.
This also got a unique KO for the arena, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, 'cause it... Oh yeah, that's why you wait on this. That's why waiting on things is a thing. Is because suddenly you get sword in the middle instead of your plan.
Right. Got that sword. So this is Lobster Mech.
Heavy
Lobster, that's right.
They actually say his name.
Oh, that's right. I'm dumb. This is Crab Force. Bye. You're just gone.
Here, want sleep?
Oh yeah, I just throw sleep at you just to be like, screw you. I love the arms on this one.
Oh yeah.
I think you can also destroy that cannon.
Yeah. Of course, sometimes like those bottom things will light up and like move you up.
Oh
so
yeah.
You're kind of stuck on one of them and they're light up. You're just like, oh no.
Oh, you can hail those. I actually didn't know that. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So this is one of the bosses.
As a joke. And he has an absurd amount of health, but he can still be instantly defeated by, like, you know,
Inhale.
healing them. I mean, absurd for a Waddle Dee.
Right, yeah. Games left. Oh yeah, Wispy is his own fight, right?
I think so, yeah. I think he's still a fight.
Oh, this.
Imagine how much high fives they got for the name Halberd, because that's like the name of a weapon. It kind of sounds like a bird, and it has howl in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great when it locks onto your partner.
Yeah. I love the Doom Imp as the enemy icon. Let's look at that thing.
Geometry. Fatty whale with his big cork pipe.
Just like it is funny how many like Sakurai signatures can be found in these games.
Yeah. His games, especially after this part, they all are. It's almost incestuous how much they copy over each other.
Yeah. I think I first noticed it with the, well, there was like the melee thing, like, All-Star, how it basically has that little room there.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing I noticed was Kirby Air Ride, where
Yeah, I was gonna say
the menu system is absolutely ripped from. And I believe they, like, not that I would have known it at the time, but they have the exact same debug menu.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of, like, the,
Obviously not the function, since they're way different functions.
Of course. The, like, the unlockables in that game were, like, it was, like, the same thing was in Brawl, I think?
Yeah, that's something they, Yep. But that's something going forward rather than backwards.
Right.
And then those unlockables were in, that system was also in Kid Icarus.
Oh!
And then Kid Icarus had that 1 to 9 difficulty system.
Right! Which is... Oh my god. Here we go.
Computer virus. Oh yeah, you can, if you want to stay still, you can just guard.
Yeah, because it records your inputs regardless of what you're actually doing.
Yeah. The point isn't necessarily that you have to dance around like a doofus. Oh yeah, I bet this boss is fun in speedruns. He gets first attack, well there goes 20 seconds. He blocks, there goes 20 seconds. I can't believe we didn't get the hidden tomatoes, though.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Kirby takes a timeout. That's right. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Damage.
Yeah, because when you don't have a power, then you have to actually, like, react to,
Their moves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it gives you 2 powers, so, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could also theoretically kill this guy with his stars. Which is just there because it's just kind of in the Kirby games at this point. There's always a star option.
Yeah. The fact that we lost time so that we can revive our partner, only to lose them immediately.
I mean, you wouldn't bother normally. I think he's kind of at least putting the partners in because that's what the game is about.
Yeah.
But especially here, you generally have a plan of what power you're going to use and you want to keep it, and like, it's only if that power just gets fucked that you're like scrambling for a backup plan.
Yeah. There he is. Mr. Wood. He's just cheering you on from the back. Go, Kirby.
Well, he's covering your butt.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
there you go. Oh, don't teabag the woods.
Part of Nova can be weird, like, it gets rid of your partner unless your partner is 2P. And I forget if you actually come back as your thing, or you just come back as Waddle Dee. Because there is a cycle for 2P, if 2P is actually a player, instead of the computer.
Right, yeah.
And we just happened to get him late, but no, he's as random as everyone else.
Yeah, I remember always taking damage there unless I did, like, some sort of weird trick to avoid it.
I think the trick is don't kill one of the things. It only
Yeah.
reverses the direction based on how many things you've killed.
Yeah. So, like, that was always my least favorite one in Boss Rush, just because I was, like, kind of tricky.
In the remake, they actually gave Dynablade her own boss music, which is a version of the appearance theme she had when she was a hazard in Kirby's Air Ride in the city trial mode.
Oh, yeah.
That theme, yeah, that becomes her boss theme. He's staring at me.
Bye.
Yeah, can't block that shit. Oh, I guess you can, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't take the damage, but,
Ship doesn't seem to be as bad as I remember it in this game.
yeah, it's not terrible, but can definitely be a problem. And so, thanks for taking our bullet for me, Knuckle Joe. You're our true hero. There's the teleports. Oh, he's just gonna do that again. He's not gonna do. Oh, there we go.
Is. Bye, Knuckle Joe.
You just fucking slam down.
I forget about this screen.
We're the best.
We got the belt and the trophy.
We're winner.
And then your ultimate reward, sound test.
No sounds will be played at the sound test.
All we need is a sound of victory.
Sound of victory in our heart.